Hi guys, it's Bethany from Psychic Renegade Tarot. I want to do a couple lives today. This one's going to be pretty short, I think. It's going to be on Justin Bieber. Okay, I'm going to be messy. This is going to be a messy celebrity reading because I haven't done a celebrity reading for you guys in a while. And I can't seem to turn away from the saga drama that is the love triangle between Hailey, Justin, and Selena. And I know it's over. I know they're both moved on. That's wonderful. But Kush, stop. You already ate today, girl. Okay, anyway, that's my cat. She wants a second dinner. Okay. Because Selena released her album back in March, right? And there was clearly some songs on there that were referencing the whole scenario and Justin and her trying to like emotionally process the situation because he didn't give her an apology or any closure. Boo on that. And then, coincidentally enough, her birthday month rolls around July, and he drops his album when she hasn't released music in 4 or 5 years or something. So I just think there's too many coinky-dinks going on for it all to be a coincidence. So I'm gonna be messy. I'm a fan of all of them, by the way. I try not to pick sides. I don't really approve of some of the actions and things that have gone on, but I try to be respectful, but I get messy sometimes. But anyways, I truly wish the best for all of them, for real. Okay, so I try not to be a hater, but I just think the way Justin and Hailey did it was kind of rude, and they could have went about it nicer. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's been years, but I was listening to Swag, Justin's new album, because it just dropped, and I'm a believer, whatever. I'm a fan of his. I root for that kid. I have a soft spot for him and mental health and musicians. And anyway, I want to see him doing well, and I hope the industry doesn't like swallow him up. So I've been kind of following his story from like a crime aspect, like what the industry has done to him. But if you follow them at all, you can't help but to like witness some of the gossip and the drama that happens between Benny and Selena and Hailey and Justin, and it's all kind of messy. So I think his album is awesome. I love his new sound. I'm really proud of him, to be honest. I think it's a great piece of work. But some of the lyrics are exposing him for being quite toxic, a little bit messy. I think he really adores Hailey, and I'll tag, I think I have their old video. When I did a reading on them, he does love his wife, so I've always said that. I've always supported that. But he's still messy. He still takes shots at his ex, and so it seems like he still isn't over it, or she lives rent-free in his head or some kind of thing. Hey, Kevin Tube, what's up? I'm going to do a reading to see if any of Justin Bieber's songs on his album are about Selena. This is just for fun. This is entertainment purposes only, allegedly. Okay, don't sue me. But I just, I just noticed how he moves a little stealthily. Like, he's a Pisces, so he's not going to admit to shit. He's going to be very poetic and, like, kind of allude to things but not outright say it. I don't know, just like the way he wore like Taylor Swift's like cardigan sweater after Selena wore it, and he did a little cherry mug after she posted her cherry gear. It's like sometimes he seems to be like pointing to her. So anyway, I really analyze lyrics. I love music because I love sound and all that kind of stuff, but I love the layering of music, like the production, the vocals, the lyrics, how all of it melds together, the message the artist is trying to say, the rawness. Like, I love music. So I geeked out on his album, and I think it's wonderful, by the way. There's some funny little parts to it, but like the little interludes, but that's just him being his goofy self, in my opinion. But there's 2 songs on there that I'm like are a little suspicious. His song about too long, how he's like, it's been too long since we've got connected. I miss you. Do you miss me too? Say the word and I'll roll through. Like, it seems to be about an ex, or he just has a really toxic thing going on with Hailey. I can't decide. And then his other song Things You Do, he straight up says like when we were together. And so I'm like, is this literally about Selena? But someone was like, oh no, he wrote the story, the whole album's about like him and Hailey and how they got back together and broke up and blah blah, which could be true. It could just be about her. So it could be about like their story, like how it unfolded, or he's trying to kind of hint that he still misses his ex, or that he still loves her but he's faithful to his wife, and his wife is so hot but they fight all the time. Like it's very messy if you listen to all the lyrics in this album, which I love him for. Like, I love that he's pretty real about it. But anyway, I just wish he would apologize to her. Like, is that so hard? Is that so hard? But anyway, so I'm gonna just ask about those two specific songs. There's some other songs that are a little like, he wrote them very vaguely, where I swear if you listen to it, you're like, this is about Hailey. And then you listen to it again, you're like, but if you think of it as Selena, this could be about Selena too. Like, I don't know. So supposedly he texted her and reached out to her after he was married, sometime in between 2018 and 2019, before he got like, they did the marriage ceremony. So he married Hailey in 2018, like September. And then he actually married her like the next year, but they were already legally married when he supposedly like reached out to Selena on his wedding day and was, I don't know if he was gonna apologize or if he was gonna like run from the altar and annul his wedding. I don't know. But the whole thing about like being obsessed with her for like a decade and then just running off and marrying another woman just feels like an ego trip. Like it feels like their relationship is very rocky because it's based on lust and ego. In my opinion, I do think they love each other, but I'm just saying, I think that's why it's so kind of push and pull and toxic. And so, I mean, if they're asking me, I'm not a therapist, but if you want to be happy with someone, you should probably get closure from your ex and just close that chapter and like move on for real. But I don't know, he's kind of immature sometimes. But anyway, I think he's a good kid. I just think he gets in his ego and he's a little immature. So I'm just gonna ask about the two songs. Too Long and Things You Do have references that seem to be about missing someone or an ex, and he straight up says like back when we were together in the song Things You Do, and it's a very kind of sensual song. So I don't know why he's talking about that, because he's been married to Hailey for how many years now? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 8 years. So what the heck are you talking about, Justin? Like, you've written albums since you've been with Hailey, so why are you still talking about an ex? Like, I don't get it. So, hey, that girl Charlotte, what's up? Hey, S. Gomez. Stop. That's funny that it's S. Gomez and I'm talking about Selena Gomez and Justin. My name's Bethany. I'm Psychic Renegade Tarot. I'm going to do a quick reading on Bieber's new album, Swag, which is amazing, by the way. It has some Michael Jackson influence to it, I would say. There's some like synth acoustic kind of chill vibes. It sounds a little like Laney to me, which I love Laney. So I was pretty stoked on his new sound because it's kind of right up what I like, my alley. It's really good. It's a beautiful album, even if it's like about their chaotic story. I still think, like, props to Justin. It's a beautiful album. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just being a little messy about the context, you guys, because context matters. And if you really owe someone an apology, just say it with your chest. Just be a man and say, I'm really sorry for how I treated you, but I love my wife. Like, is that so hard to say? You know, and I think it would be good for Selena, but I don't think she needs it. I think she's healed and moved on. But anyway, I just want to know, does he secretly pine after her, or what are these lyrics about? Like, is he just like writing it very vague because he doesn't want his wife to know it's about her, or is he just like writing their whole story so it sounds that way? I can't tell. Can I do a room tour? Definitely not. I got a Scorpio in my chart, so I'm very private. And I'm not going to get into my business, but I've been through some really crazy shit in my life that's made me very private for a reason. So that won't be happening. I'm sorry. I'm pretty open, but I'm not too personal, if that makes sense, because people weaponize personal things in your life or can target you. And most people are well-meaning, that girl Charlotte, but some people are like really weird on the internet and like creepy. And I've had literal stalkers in my life. People have put trackers on my car, followed me around the city, shown up at my house unannounced, stalked my house. So I've been stalked, and that kind of makes you a little more cautious, I guess. So no, but it's just a basic apartment. I don't know. Anyway, you just have to see my face and sometimes my hands. Okay, so we got flying cards. I think I'm gonna take them. I'm doing pretty good though. Hi, how are you? Finally got some downtime to get you guys some content, so I just thought I would jump on. Do I live in the USA? Yeah, I'm American. Hi, Cadell. Hi, you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here with me. Okay, so these cards flew out. Let's see what's going on. Knight of Swords. He's definitely speaking his mind. I mean, just by how connected he is with Selena as like soulmates and past lovers. I think her putting out the album with Benny definitely stirred something in him to like respond. Like they're always like warring back and forth over music or acknowledging each other or fighting. Like it's very funny to me, but they have a history of this. Okay, I'm not just saying that. But Knight of Swords, he really wanted to express himself. I think he's had a lot bottled up. I'm even hearing that might have contributed to some of his like fatigue and like mental issues. I'm not saying he has any mental disorders. I think he just suffers from extreme trauma from some of the stuff he was put through in the industry, and that can cause mental symptoms. There is a difference between clinical mental issues like schizophrenia, bipolar. That's like you're clinically crazy. And then there is things like anxiety and seasonal or situational depression. There is clinical depression, that's different. Situational depression, which is you're not crazy, it's like your brain is just a little broken from like going through too many traumatic events, and you can heal. You just have to be very gentle, soft with yourself, go through therapy, and I mean, look into that. I'm not a psychologist, but there's a difference. I don't think Justin Bieber is crazy. I think Justin Bieber is the product of going through an industry that beats the crap out of people, treats them like zoo animals, similar to Aaron Carter, Michael Jackson, Britney Spears. Like it kind of eats alive at good people because it's all about money, 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 like he says, you know. Queen of Cups, we have a water sign. Oh my God. Selena is a Cancer, you guys. So he does want to say things to her. Interesting. Okay. Three of Wands. This is a planning card. This is like looking into the future. This could also be like a strategy card, and it can also be a missing someone card, because it's like, look, he has these options here, but he's looking out at like something else. And so I think he does, it's giving the energy, he does think about it a lot. Like it is on his mind, like maybe how he effed her over, maybe how he hurt her, maybe like what could have been if he would have like not cheated and treated her right and appreciated her. He was young, so I mean, he was a young idiot kid in the industry. Like he kind of stood no chance based on like the people he surrounded himself with. The Death card. Oh my God. Justin, I knew you were going to be messy. He was messy in this album, you guys. The Death card is like changes, like wanting to change something, thinking about if something could have changed or be different. I think in the back of his mind, he wonders, like, if I left Haley, would she even take me back? Well, it's like, you're never going to know that unless you apologize or talk to her. It's probably too late for that, it seems like, from Selena's side, but I don't know. I don't know how she feels, you know. Deep down, like she loved that kid forever, for a long time. So let's find out. Are these two, it seems like the album was making nods to Selena, you guys. Even if it's just like egotistical ones, like it might not be like I love you. A lot of the songs were very sexual about Haley, which she's a very beautiful woman, and I'm sure they have great sex, but like that's your wife. Like it's kind of ew, it's kind of ick to be like, yeah, I don't know, to sexualize your wife is a little gross to me. Like that should be a little more sacred in have fun and like have a healthy sex life. That's not what I'm saying, but it should be a little sacred if you're actually married, you know? I don't know. Save that for the bedroom. Like, I don't need to know every detail. I don't want to know. Like, have fun with each other, enjoy each other, but we don't want to see. I mean, some people are gross at night, but I don't know. I just wish he was more romantic with her and more respectful. He is in some of the songs, but like Yukon was pretty cute. Although he was talking about Slide City, like is he admitting she was a side piece? Because slide means cheat. I don't know. That's weird. And then I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not my business. But here I am talking about it. What was the other song to her? Oh, Go Baby or whatever. That was cute. He's like crying on my shoulder. I'm proud of you. Like, that was cute. He was acknowledging her accomplishments. He seems to be like a devoted husband. He just doesn't seem to be happy is the confusing part. And I don't know if he's just not happy with himself and where he's at in life, or his circumstances being trapped in the industry, or if, like, it's his marriage. And I think he should be more clear if it's not Haley, because he's like setting her out for the chopping block. Some of the things he does and says about her or doesn't clarify, it's like she takes the heat for that, and everyone's like, oh, he hates his life, he hates his wife. Like, I think he should be more careful about how he communicates to protect his family, in my opinion. But he's an artist, so sometimes he just is messy, overshares, shares things he shouldn't. King of Cups, because he's a water sign. He needed to express his emotions. It's not healthy for him to bottle it up. I think especially since he's such an empathetic. He's a deep feeler. He's a water sign. Stop. Two of Swords. See, you guys, I think sometimes in his emotions, he goes back and forth. Like, he really loves Haley. He likes bragging about it. He loves, like, flexing on the gram about how successful and happy they are. But then he'll make, like, random Selena references, or, like, mimic something that she's just talked about, or, like, like the cherry thing. And, I don't know. I think in his mind, he still wonders, like, what if? Because she's, like, the one that got away. In my opinion, allegedly. Okay. Shuffling these backwards. Seven of Wands. He's defensive. So this is why the lyrics are kind of vague, and he's not like outright. Not that he's going to just like write a whole song called Selena or something, but like he's vague about it because, one, he doesn't want to ruin his marriage. Two, he doesn't want to break Haley's heart because he loves her. And three, he doesn't want to look stupid because he doesn't know if she would even take him back, or he would just blow up his life for nothing. Which is, I think, why you should just have like a conversation with her. Like, say you're sorry, wish her well, and she's going to go get married. You're already married, you know, whatever. He's defensive. He's defensive with his emotions. He's held a lot back that he should have said to her, or should have communicated maybe back in the day when he had the chance. So that's what he regrets. Like, maybe she doesn't know how much she meant to him, kind of thing, is the vibe I'm getting. And it's also, he's afraid to let the world in and see his internal workspace, for lack of a better word. I can't think of something. Because he's afraid people will judge him. He's afraid people will judge him if he leaves his family. He's afraid maybe to admit he still loves her, even though he's happily married. I don't know. It's weird. You can love more than one person at a time. That's the shitty part about being human, is we have capacity to have big hearts. If you cheat or entertain more than one person, you can fall in love with two people. I don't think it's totally authentic and true love and like innocent when you're like sharing energy like that. I mean, unless you're poly and you're like, it's consensual and that's what all of you want, then cool. But if there's lying, cheating, sneaking around, that's not cool, because you're being messy with people's feelings. And Selena's a sensitive girl. Like, look how hard it affected her. Like, I get mad about it because I'm very defensive, because she's such a sweet girl that I'm like, You just crushed her little heart like it was nothing. For what? Like, you could have at least, like, let her down easy. Like, man. Or not tried to, like, marry someone the next day to just, like, hurt her. I don't know. It just seemed kind of like... It seemed kind of, like, petty. But, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe he just loved Haley that whole time. Maybe he loved both of them and he couldn't decide. And then Selena was like, well, I don't want to get cheated on. And Haley was like, pick me. So he did. Like, it's weird. Sorry for the question if it bothered you. No, it doesn't bother me. I'm just explaining why I'm kind of private as Gomez. Which actually sucks because I'm a very open person. I overshare, if anything, or have in the past, and it's bit me in the ass. So it's kind of changed my personality a little bit. I'm a little more cautious these days. Ariel. I don't know what you said, Uriel. I don't know what you said, Uriel. My brain can't process that right now because I'm trying to channel. I don't know what you said. If you're speaking Espanol, I know un poquito, like a little bit of Espanol, but not a lot. Like, I'm not fluent. Sorry. I can understand some, but not a lot. Okay. The Tower. He's afraid to blow up. He's afraid to blow up their lives. He's afraid to blow up his own like relationship. He's afraid to blow up her situation because she's finally happy with Benny. I don't know. I don't know if she's totally happy with Benny, to be honest. I've done a couple readings on them. He gives me weird, creepy vibes, kind of a little bit opportunist, in my opinion. Not saying he's not a nice guy, but that's my opinion. And then, I don't know. She always seems kind of sedated around him, which could just be like maybe she likes to smoke with her fiance, or maybe she's on medication because of her lupus, or maybe she just zones out because she's not completely happy. I don't know. I don't know. So, okay, is too long about Selena, where he's talking about missing somebody and he hasn't seen them and it's been too long. It's kind of a sexual song is the other thing. So, like, if it is about Selena, then boy, like, he's not just thinking about her romantically, he's thinking about her sexually. It's a little messy because you are married. Oh my God. You guys, okay, I think it is. I think it is. 10 of Swords. That's like devastating ending, heartbreak, can't go back, like there's no going back kind of situation. I think he still pines for her, but he knows it's too late. I mean, honestly, life is short, bro. Like, if you're really in love with her, figure that out, you know? Like, it's better to know and get rejected than to stay in a loveless marriage or settle for someone and then always wonder what if, you know? And that's not fair to Haley. Like, she could go marry Drake or someone else. Like, she's hot as fuck. She could go do whatever she wants. I don't think it's right to hold her captive in a marriage as like a safety net. Like, stay with me just because I don't think my ex would take me back. Like, that's kind of shitty too. I mean, I think she adores him and likes being Mrs. Bieber, but I think we all can see from the outside it's not completely as happy as they're trying to act like it is. You can just see it in the body language and the way he's like deteriorated over the years. It's just not how happy people act. I'm sorry. Like, he hasn't had that many mental or health issues to total what's going on over here. It seems to be his relationship. That's my opinion. You can disagree if you want to. How do you feel about the real Conjuring house? I don't know. I like ghost hunting. Like, I would definitely like want to go there and just kind of like scope it out. But also, as a spiritualist, I know how dangerous that is. So I think it's actually haunted, like super haunted. So when I've been in I used to live in a haunted building, and when I moved out, the spirit followed me for like months and like tormented me, and I had to like battle this fucking like beastly demon thing for a while. And that was scary and intense. So that always also kind of freaks me out. But that was a long time ago. I didn't know anything about spiritual stuff back then or how to like equip myself. So I would go, but I would go with protection. I don't know. I don't know what you mean about it, but I do think it's really haunted, and I think you should be careful when you ghost hunt. Learn about spiritual warfare and spiritual protection, because whether you like it or not, spirits are real. So you can play with them, but they might play with you back, which can be scary. You can lose your mind or even get unalived. So just careful, in my opinion. See, he's still sexually attracted to her. This is messier than I thought it was gonna be, guys. I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, literally go listen to these songs too long and things you do, there are kind of sexual. Even devotion, I'm like, you could twist that around as he's saying, like, come over, I'll leave the door open if you say it's on site. Like, that kind of sounds like he's talking about someone from the past. Or he just has a toxic thing going on with Haley. Like, they're on and off, or always fighting or ignoring each other. I don't know. Break up to make up kind of thing. I don't know. Temperance. He needs to heal. I feel like he truly lets himself heal and gets away from some of his, like, money motivated, shallow Hollywood circle friends. I honestly think Haley's kind of a bad influence on him sometimes too, because she's so tight with the Kardashians, and she's a little egotistical and money minded because she's kind of a Nepo baby. And that's not really a diss. She just is. Like, she grew up with money. She's definitely more like, likes to be flashy, likes to kind of show off when they go on trips and when he buys her stuff and how big her rock is. You know, like, she's a little more into that than Selena, in my opinion. Selena grew up in, like, a normal household. She has more compassionate, what's the word? I want to say, like, she gives back to society. I can't think of the word. Devil. See, he's got demons he still needs to heal from, to overcome. Some of this is karma, and some of this is, like, just the position he was thrown into. He was sold to the industry when he was, like, really young. And I don't think Scooter Braun is the most moral human. Like, I think he kind of took care of Bieber in a way, but he also, like, worked him like a freaking workhorse. He made him do so many tours and shows and pumping out albums. Like, he really worked that kid to death. Not to death, I won't say that over Bieber, but, like, too much, to the point where Bieber said one time he lied about losing his passport so he wouldn't have to go somewhere one time or something. So, like, he was working him too hard. And I think it's made Bieber feel like a commodity or like a circus animal and not like a human. And I think that really, like, hurts his soul and causes him to, like, lash out and, like, be somewhat erratic and stuff, because he's just angry. I mean, how can you not be angry when you've been through a lot of trauma? So I do feel for the kid. He's been through more than I think any of us could ever understand. But he still kind of has an attitude and some ego, and I think he could be nicer to his ex-girlfriend. She was, like, an angel to him. They got a little petty when they broke up because they're water signs. Water signs get in their feelings and they act out, so... in my opinion. How do you feel about the real... Oh, I already answered that. Okay, guys. Okay, so did I ask which song is which? So far, yeah, those songs are about Selena. Let me see. Too Long, and what's the other one? Too Long is about Selena. It's a Knight of Cups. Hold on, let me clarify. He's expressing his feelings for losing something. Seven of Swords reverse. This is like exposing yourself, letting people in on a lie, like hiding your feelings. This to me is he's telling the truth how he really feels about his ex. He's trying to be vague about it so he doesn't get divorced, but in my opinion, it's pretty clear he's talking about missing someone and it's been too long and he wants to see her. There's even a line like, I don't want to be friends, something, something. Like, that just can't be about Haley. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. And then things you do, Seven of Pentacles came out. So this is like wanting to invest. Oh man, wanting to invest sexually, creatively. He might want to collab with Selena, like write a song with her. Even if they stay in their different relationships, I feel like he wants a truce with her. Like he wants her to know he still cares about her, loves her, appreciates her. But his ego can't like allow him to say that up like just for face value. So he like writes it into his music. Anyway. I think he's too much of a coward to take action with the Hanged Man. He wants Selena to chase him, and that's not gonna fucking happen. Selena's not gonna chase him. You've already humiliated her, dogged her out, traumatized her, almost killed her with her mental break. She's not gonna come after you, bro. Like, she had to heal from what you did to her. She's not coming back. Not unless you crawl after her on your knees. So I think that's also why he chose Haley, because Haley was like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And he's like, oh, she loves me so much because she wants me so bad. It's like, so did Selena. Selena just has self-respect. There's a difference. Like, that's not a compliment. That just means, like, she's weak. Not blaming her. Like, whatever. He's a celebrity. I can see people, like, fawning over that. I just think the way she went about it, she was clearly a side piece. That's kind of gross, in my opinion. Like, she wasn't respectful of his relationship at any point in time. So you're kind of getting what you asked for. Look at this, Two of Wands, another like wanting to make plans, trying to make a decision. Like he's looking out over the horizon towards something else. I think he thinks about her. I think Haley knows he thinks about her. I think that's probably what half of their fights are about. Neither one of them is going to admit it, but people are not blind. Like we have eyeballs. We can see kind of this stuff play out, and we see the sneak dissing, and we see the little like shade they throw at each other, and we see the little like references. Like it's pretty obvious if you're paying attention, and even if you're not paying attention, it's like all over your For You page. So it just like this drama gets thrown in my face even when I try to like pay attention to other stories, I swear. Okay, so how does Selena feel about it? I just want to ask. The Empress reversed. Yeah, he sucked the life out of her. He knocked her off her throne. Aww. It affected her art. It did. Her music's not the same. She hasn't produced the same. She released her album with Benny, but even that is like, it's really good, but it's not the same old Selena, you know? Like, there's a spark in her that kind of died. Not as severe as Britney Spears, but there's like a, I don't know. I still think she's a beautiful human, but like, there's just something that's like missing. Do you know what I mean? Like her innocence, her little sparkle in her eye, like he kind of killed her spirit. This is really fucking sad. Would she take him back? She's pretty angry. I don't think she would go after him. Ten of Pentacles. I think if he came right, if he came correct, and he was like, I fucked up, and he apologized, she might take him back. Damn. After he totally crushed her, she would still take him back. But he would have to get rid of his wife. She's not going to be no side hoe. So he would have to get a divorce and crawl on his knees back to her, and then she would take him back. But he better hurry because she's engaged. So how does Haley feel about this? Thanks for letting me be messy, you guys. That's why I started doing celebrity readings. A, because they kind of intermix with true crime stuff, because there's a lot of weird that goes on in Hollywood, especially in Bieber's story, for real. But you guys love the messy readings, I swear. It's funny. It's kind of hard not to when their lives are on display. It's hard not to notice. Strength reverse. Haley's losing steam. She's... Page of Cups reversed. She's not dumb. Haley's not dumb. She loves Bieber to death. I think she really adores him, but I think she knows deep down she can never fill Selena's shoes. She was the second choice. Literally, she was the second choice. He went after Selena. Selena was like, I don't know what happened, but she rejected him, or she wasn't ready to get married. Or maybe he was still entertaining Haley and other people. So she's like, what the fuck? You know, I'm not going to get back with you and get my heart broken again. So she tried to set like boundaries to protect herself, and he took it as like a rejection. So he just went with the easy option, and Haley knows that. I think she was caught up in the whirlwind of it. Like, oh, he wants to marry me. I won my little competition with this guy I've been obsessed with forever. She didn't think long term. Like, what if he still loves her and I'm going to feel like shit the rest of my life and always feel compared to her because he's never going to stop thinking about her. Ace of Cups reversed. You guys, I think they're faking it for their kid because they don't want to admit that their marriage is failing. 10 of Cups reversed. You guys, damn. I think this album might cause them to get divorced because there's a lot that's like laid out on the table in this album. If you really look at the lyrics, it might bring up too much stuff at a fragile time. Like, she's postpartum. He's had his mental issues. He's gone through all his betrayal with his like management and people around him, like career-wise. Having to witness Selena moving on and getting engaged. He's dealing with a lot emotionally, and so is she. And I think she's over it. I think she's over everything being about him, always having to cater to him. I think they love each other. I just don't know if it's enough because they haven't protected each other. They didn't enter the relationship on the right terms. He didn't really honor her because he made her a side chick or juggled both of them. He wasn't really honest with both of them and going back and forth. And then he married her really quickly because I think he just wanted to lock it in because he was scared she was going to reject him like Selena did. But it just didn't work. Like, you can't just like slap, you know, some tape on a bullet hole and call it good. Like, you have to actually do the work, sew it up, clean out the wound, fix it, and let it heal. If you don't do that, it's going to get infected. It's going to fester. It's going to rot and might kill you. So I don't know where that analogy came from. It just popped in my head. Let me get a couple more cards on Haley. Oh, she feels like he's an asshole. King of Swords. Also, I think she's kind of cold to him. I think they talk really viciously to each other. Like, their fights, I'm sure, get really vicious on both sides. He can be mean. Like, him shitting on her Vogue cover was pretty appalling. Like, I think she's kind of annoying sometimes because she's a little kind of mean. She's kind of a mean girl. But even I was like, damn, bro. Like, I wouldn't, unless she's like literally a whole fake liar and his handler and like in on the Hollywood shit. That's uncalled for. Like, she has been your wife. She did love you. She's supported you. She had your baby. She married you. She stuck by you when you had a lot of issues. She doesn't deserve how he's treated her. But she feels like connected. I think they have like a, what's it called? Like toxic codependency. I don't know. A little bit of a trauma bond. Also, they've known each other since they were kids. So it's like the memories and the bond they have is what keep her there. But it's not like their current chemistry or their current love. It's kind of like the marriage is already dead, but they're just hanging on, you know, by a thread because they don't want to admit defeat. They don't want to look stupid. They don't want to lose what they've built, like their family, their assets. They have a kid. This is sad. Okay. Couple closing messages, and then I think I'm going to do, shut up, 3 of Cups. They've already cheated on each other, or they want to. This might be emotional cheating, physical cheating. She has feelings for someone else, and he has feelings for Selena. And I think they might cheat on each other, or they have in the past. Something's off about this. Friends, they might call certain people friends, and they're more than friends or something. Or when they get drunk or intoxicated, they get too friendly with other people because there's something missing at home, you know? I don't think either of them should drink when they're not around each other because I think they get too touchy-feely with other people or too flirty with other people. Like him and Sexy Red, I think they're just friends, but he was like too handsy with her. He was like trying to kiss her and shit. And I'm pretty sure Haley cheated on him back in the day with Drake. I think. I don't know. That's allegedly. I don't know if she cheats on him still, but I don't think they're faithful, you guys. It's just too much work. 8 of Pentacles. It's like a catch-22. She's put in so many years and so much work, she doesn't want to give up. It's like that, like, stubborn where you dig in your heels and you're like, I'm not losing everything I've worked for. But it's already, like, gone, everything you've worked for. So it's like, you're just kind of spinning your wheel. You're out of yarn. That's this dumb analogy that just popped in my head. But, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not working, you're just beating a dead horse. You're just spinning in circles. Like, you can only try so hard and exhaust yourself and break your own heart and settle for something that's isn't what your soul and heart wants before you're just gonna snap. Like, your heart and your soul want to be authentic. You want to live your truth. I think all humans have that. If you're not like an NPC or something, if you're a normal human, like, you want to live your truth. It's like a voice inside you, and if you like silence that voice and shove it down, it's gonna slowly kill you. It's gonna slowly rot you from the inside. It's gonna slowly steal the light from your eyes, like your joy. So I think she's going to get to a point, and maybe him too, where they have to choose. Are they gonna fix this, try to make it right, try to make amends, go through therapy, whatever it is, and try to actually just like love what they chose, or are they gonna admit defeat and choose themselves, you know, like choose their own happiness, even if that's not each other, which is a heartbreaking decision. You know, like, I've been divorced. It's not fun. He deserved it, but he's abusive. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'm not gonna tell you guys, but I don't regret my divorce, but like, I try to let him down easy. Like, you don't want to break someone's heart. You don't want to crush them. This is somebody you thought you're going to spend forever with, you know? Like, I think they both meant their vows, said their vows. They're both religious. So this is not an easy... I grew up Christian. I'm not Christian, not religious, but I grew up that way. And it is very ingrained in your psyche to, like, don't disappoint God. Don't get divorced. Don't like, let your family down. It's very... emotionally and mentally hard to make that decision, and he's so heavily influenced by the church. He's like best friends with that pastor. And I'm not saying that's bad, but it's just going to be harder for him to make this decision, because I think he thinks it's morally wrong, or he's like letting God down, which is sad. I don't think God looks at it that way. Jesus talked all the time about hating the Pharisees in his time, which were the religious people of his time. So it's so ironic to me when, like, religious people try to be like, meh, 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 because Jesus didn't even like you guys. Religion sucks. Religion is a cult. Religion is toxic. I don't fuck with it. I respect what you believe. If you want to believe that, you want to go to church, I think that's great, because I lived that life for 30 years. I get it. But in my opinion, in my research, my own study, outside of the church, it's not real. It's not God's heart. I don't think it's good for people, to be honest. I don't think you should put God in a box. I don't think you should let man try to define your relationship with your creator. I think that is something that is sovereign and between you and him, or you and her, whatever you want to say, the universe. Like, I just think it's wrong, in my opinion. But I'm just little old me, so you can listen to me, you can ignore me, I don't care. But anyway, that's my reading, you guys. Tell me what you think. Drop some topics if you guys want me to do a different topic. I might do some more filming. I might jump back on live, okay? Bye. Thank you for watching. Hold on. Okay, bye.